Hi, I'm Kevin Wong. I'm the Executive Director of Friends of Big Morongo Canyon Preserve, a small nonprofit organization that is dedicated to the stewardship of Big Morongo Canyon through education and responsible visitation. Our organization has now celebrated 30 years. The preserve is also part of the Sand to Snow National Monument. We work hand in hand with the Bureau of Land Management and the County of San Bernardino for management of this 31,000-acre preserve.
Hello, my name is Kaylee Watson. I'm the Education Ranger at Big Morongo Canyon Preserve. Ever since I was younger, I've always just liked walking outside, even in my neighborhood. My first time ever coming to a nature preserve was in 4th grade, and it was here. So ever since then, I was kind of obsessed with this place because there's trees and water, and you don't get that in Joshua Tree. So originally, I started volunteering. I was going to college because I want to work with nature. Now I work here, and I get to lead tours. This place is pretty unique because you have the desert, but then you also have the riparian forest. 2 deserts, the Colorado Desert and the Mojave Desert. You have the wetlands. So it's such a small area with so many different ecosystems. We get the mountain lion, the bear, badgers, all different types of snakes and frogs. A little bit of everything is here.
The preserve is located in Morongo Valley, not far from Joshua Tree National Park and Palm Springs. There is a fault line that allows subterranean water to come up to the surface, and water in the desert is a rarity. With this water, you will find large expanses of trees that provide shelter and sustenance for wildlife.
My name is Kurt Kosick. I'm on the board at Big Morongo Canyon Preserve. Birding is a big part of Big Morongo Preserve. That's where we get a lot of visitors and we get people donating from that community. Because we're on the Pacific Flyaway, this is a resting spot both on spring and fall migrations. We also have like 87 species that are year-round residents, which is incredible.
One of the great things about the different tours here is it is catered to both adults and children. We can focus on the different plant communities, we can focus on history, birds, different reptiles we might see. There's a trail for everybody if you're looking for a casual stroll or something a little bit more strenuous. The Marsh Trail is all boardwalk, or there's the Yucca Ridge Trail, West Canyon Trail that offer a little bit more of an incline. There's the trail all the way down in Desert Hot Springs, and that one you get to see more of the different desert, and that's where we're more likely to see the bighorn sheep. If there's been a rare bird alert, we get people driving from different counties just to see a bird.
We get birders on all different levels, and they don't even have binoculars. And we have loners. I do lead the bird walks on Wednesday. I also co-lead the educational bird walks we have with kids.
I'm Caroline Conway, and I'm on the education committee, which means scheduling the tours for children. I've been doing outdoor ed for about 30 years. Especially for kids in the desert, we tend to think, oh, they're out all the time. Some of them are, but not all of them. Normally with groups, I ask them, do you ever just sit outside? A lot of them don't. It's not something they do. And they're not used to even becoming still and getting quiet. Those are skills that are built gradually, and they need lots of time out in nature to develop them. We're hoping that we intrigue them enough that they want to come back and make nature a practice.
My name's Kim. I started off by just walking here every day. This was just a perfect fit for me to take over education with Caroline. You just see the eyes popping open. You see the excitement. It was the reason I taught for so many years, is when you see those lights going on, pulls them back into what I would call reality. There's so much to discover out here. Every day I walk in here, every day there's something new, and I hope that they start to see that.
My name is Robin Balch, and I am a volunteer for the education component. It's easy walking through here. It's very green. We explain to them about where the water comes from and why is it the way it is. A lot of them are a little tired because they're not used to walking, but there's so much shade here, it's really nice for them. It's open 7 days a week, closes closer to when it's going to be sunset. You can eat here, have a picnic. It's free, and that's not usual these days. There's always people here at the birding and education center that you can ask questions to.
Each year we have visitors that come from all over, our locals people from the Coachella Valley, the Palm Springs area, the Inland Empire from Los Angeles, all over the United States, Canada, and other foreign countries. Our visitation is very small in terms of numbers. We approximately have 40,000 visitors each year. That's nothing compared to Joshua Tree National Park with possibly 3.5 million people. But what we find at this preserve, unlike big national parks, is quiet, vacant trails that are all for you. It's not inundated with lots of people. And when you pass another hiker, they're more likely to say hello to you and ask you how you are.
A preserve like this has two big areas. One is actually with the land itself and stewarding the land. The other is making sure that there are people who appreciate that stewarding, who want to do this when they grow up, and that's where education comes in. When you have a disaster as big as Hillary hit a small place like this, it's run completely by volunteers and with very little money, those fixes can take a long time.
You can come out to the preserve and support us and be part of our family. We are very frugal. Each dollar goes a long ways. We don't spend it on a lot of administrative fees. We don't have a big staff. We depend upon public support for our preserve. There's no doubt about that.
As a smaller organization, you can see where your money's going.
With more funding, we'd be able to do more educational programs and more walks, and being able to give them binoculars so that way they can take that home and continue bird watching outside of the program.
As educators, we've been working around waiting for some of those trails to open back up. For some people, this is their everyday visit. They've been doing it for decades. And if we close off too many trails, that is a hardship to them.
We have what we call our Iron Ranger, which is a donation box at the visitor kiosk, where I find it just absolutely amazing where a father will pick up a child to put a dollar bill into the kiosk. The father teaches the child what a donation is all about. We have people that give us regular monthly donations through the website, large donations that come through our year-end appeal, and people also bring their recycles as a fundraising support.
I may be a little biased, but I do think this is one of the coolest places in the desert, so I highly do recommend coming out and seeing it.
I think this is one of the most important things I can do. I'm retired. I do it as a volunteer. There's nothing like taking kids into nature and watching them have that first moment where they realize, there's something here. I'm going to have to look into this. I might want to do this again. So I'll be doing it until you have to cart me away and I can't anymore.
Hi, it's me again. Now is the moment to ask you to invest in our mission to provide environmental education for children and young adults, and to continue managing the preserve through responsible visitation. Please make a gift today through our website, bigmorongo.org, and tell your donor-advised fund about the good work that we do. Also, please consider including Big Morongo Canyon Preserve in your estate planning. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon in this beautiful nature preserve.